Welcome to Sister Fefe channel, where you are welcome here. Hey guys, it's Sister Fefe Tyson. Today it is a special day for the whole wide world to become educated on today, and I'm so excited to have a special guest on my channel. She's not only just a special guest, but she is blood. She has been, talking about Juneteenth, dealing with, the freedom movement ever since I was a child. So it was times I didn't even want to know about it, but she was still, preaching that message of freedom as a child. And so today I am so honored to have you, Renee, and Loretta to me, but Renee to the world. uh, it's good to have you on live today. Welcome to Sister Fefe channel. How are you?
Welcome. It is indeed a pleasure to be here with the illustrious, the one and only Sister Fefe, known to us as, of course, Felicia. But we're so privileged and honored to be with you today. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Today is a special day and a highlighted day for you. And this is nothing new for you. This is nothing new for you. This conversation with you and I is not stripped. It is genuine. I know you. I know the work you have put in. And also Scotland County know the work you have put in. And so I want to say to you, I am super proud of you not giving up the race, because I'm in my own personal race of achieving the vision and goal that God has given me. And now I understand the importance of, going when you don't have but that one and two, with you. And shout out for those that are coming in. Thank you so much for viewing in. We appreciate it. We're asking you, as you come in, please share the stream, like the stream. We truly will appreciate it. So as I was stating, Renee, you've been doing this. You've been doing this for years, and don't tell my age. Don't tell my don't tell my age, but you can share. How many years have you been passionate about the word freedom? How long has been
Well, actually,
on it?
I would say my background really started with Juneteenth in the military. I was stationed in Indianapolis. And believe it or not, it's kind of ironic that you're now near Indiana, living, because I was stationed up that way in Indianapolis, and they're really big on celebrating Juneteenth. They do it for the entire week. And I was attending a church that was very progressive. Um, at that time, they pretty much had a festival downtown. Each day they were doing some type of lifting up that holiday. What for them, they celebrate it as if it's a holiday, but it's only an annual holiday in Texas, and that's a fight that we still have to fight for Juneteenth to become a national holiday. So
Wow.
yeah, so I've been doing it now for probably about 40 something years. However, in Scotland County for right at 20.
Wow, that is
That's
amazing.
correct.
Guys, if she say 40 years, okay, I'm over 40, okay? But she looked good for her age. I won't say her age. God has truly been good to you. Renee, I thank God for this moment. I never pictured this in my future, me interviewing you and wanting to talk about education. Sometimes we as children or adults, we can sow those seeds, and you pray that those seeds would manifest or come up really quick. Sometimes it don't happen, but look at the seed, and I
Amen.
this is the moment of your flower to blossom. Say, oh my goodness, I sowed that seed in that child years ago. I didn't see it coming, but I saw it. could come, but I didn't know when. But God is so good. Thank y'all so much for coming in. Renee McNeil and I will appreciate you guys. You don't want to miss this information because we want to educate each and every one of you on the importance on the word Juneteenth, Freedom Day. And as you stated, you became aware of it when you were in Indiana, the state of Indiana, because Indianapolis is Indiana, which that is the state that I live in now. It is ironic that because I wasn't aware of that. So Juneteenth to you, what happened that day that caused you to recognize that this is a highlight of our heritage, our culture, our people? I mean, what happened that day? Did something like your eyes open up, or was you already passionate about Black history starting in school?
Yeah, I actually probably appreciating Black history has been a part of my life, and that comes from the community I was reading in. So we've been doing Black history for prior to the military. But
Okay,
um
are you all right? Are you all right, Loretta?
I am. I think I'm hearing the echo, and I didn't know if I was supposed to stop. But let me continue talking. It
Right.
did stop. I wanted to share that what happened was a transformation that took place from the standpoint of celebrating the fourth, which should be celebrated based on the freedom of the country for a group of people, but it didn't give in at that time. And the what happened was in 1863, January 1st, when Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, which was the moment that slaves were no longer supposed to be enslaved. And the information process getting to people was delayed purposely by Confederate soldiers. So 18th, 18 General Gordon Granger took a more across the South, the deep South, and he let us know that they were free. And he took order number 3, and he threw the Emancipation Proclamation copies out to different people that were working in the field, children, women, men, and to let them know. And there were other Union soldiers with him, really because of the fact that people were still serving as enslaved people without pay. However, the people that were supposedly the masters knew that they were free people. So, like, it takes an army force to come. Same with the board, Brown versus the Board of Education. Although desegregation had took place, we had to enforce it, and it took the soldiers to come in and to guide children into the classroom to enforce the law. So um, hopefully everything is going okay. I'm not sure.
Right now, Renee, you are going in and out. I'm gonna call you because I want you to stay on the live, but I'm gonna mute you, and then I'm gonna have you to keep talking as you are, but I want you to answer your phone so they can hear you clear because it's going in and out. So you're gonna be able to be heard and seen on the live. Just answer your phone.
I just did.
Okay. So Okay, I'm gonna mute you. Hold, guys. Thank y'all so much for bearing with this. Let me. Okay, go ahead.
Just simply saying that was the moment that slaves were no longer supposed to be. Are you hearing the echo now?
Right. What you're gonna do is cut down your. Can you cut down your volume on your computer? Cut that part down.
On your computer, cut that part down.
Guys, thank y'all for bearing with us. We appreciate it.
Guys, thank y'all for being with us. We appreciate it. Guys, thank y'all for being with us. 18, 40 Ranger. Well, what I can do is I can stay on the phone and you can just take me off because I can't find where to turn my volume down.
Okay, you okay? Just keep going. I'll just do this. Okay, go ahead. Keep talking.
Does that help?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. Just wanted to simply say that in January, it happened January the 1st, 1865, the Emancipation Proclamation was signed and put into action by our the 16th president of our country, which was Abraham Lincoln. Afterwards, it took 2.5 years for slaves that were in the Deep South to find out that they were enslaved. So in 1865, on June 19th, a a group of enslaved people started rejoicing when they found out that they were free. So they were all out in the fields and the cotton fields, and they started dancing. And over 155 years ago, they started celebrating. And every June 19th in Texas, that's a holiday. And you,
Wow. Wow. That is touching. And I'm glad that you're highlighting this information, Renee, because a lot of people, even myself, is not knowledgeable a lot about Black history. And so you're saying that over 100 something years ago, these people did not even know they were free.
that is correct.
Wow.
And
And what
what
happened?
actually
You say one.
transpired,
Okay, go ahead.
is that this Union soldier, because what happened was the country was at war. The Union and the Confederates were fighting to pretty much somewhat over slavery, and the Union won. Although you wouldn't know that with all the Confederate statues everywhere. However, this Union soldier, Major General Gordon Granger, took it upon himself to take his forces to go out and to let those soldiers, those enslaved people know in the Deep South that they were free. And it was just such a historic moment in anyone's life that that's what you call morally being just.
Wow. Wow. So is it any, well, which I know it is, but growing up, did you used to travel and like visit these different historic locations, or do you encourage other children to go and see these historic locations where slaves were, sold or hung and stuff like that?
Um, Across the country, you will be able to note that there are historic monuments. Even in Scotland County, we have an area where they show you where Sherman came and where he marched.
Wow.
And the pretty much there are churches where he stayed and places where he burnt down. Sherman, we when we were in school, was taught to be a terrible person, but actually Sherman was a Union soldier who was fighting to free the slaves. So they taught us in school that he was a terrible person, and Lee was wonderful, but Lee was fighting to keep soldiers. So that's why we should always seek out history and study history in a way of remembering who's telling the story, because you might get their story and not the true history.
Oh, wow.
So there's throughout every county and state, you can find the history of African Americans and all people.
Okay,
But
okay.
Juneteenth is a holiday that so many people don't really appreciate, but it's one that we all. It's not just a holiday for African Americans, but it's a holiday for this country. It's a holiday that we all should get together and we should jubilate and say that we understand that no man should be enslaved and that there was a grave wrong done to people, but this is how we built the country and this is how we really became true to the Constitution, that all people are created equal.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that because we went through the young Floyd incident, and I
Hmm.
appreciate you highlighting that because we don't want the world to think that we are against all people because of what one individual done. I really appreciate that you are saying that Teenth is not just for one race, but it's for all race. I really appreciate you highlighting that because some people may not know that. So I want to say shout out to the video that you did, and you had some Caucasian uh individuals, adults, to come together and talk with you in your within Scotland County community, and they were able to dialogue with you, and you were able to talk about Juneteenth. And I applaud you on that. That is what it's about. So let's get ready to talk about also this big huge community event that is going to take place on June 19th, which is Juneteenth in Scotland County. And Scotland County, if you are listening in, this message is most definitely for you. And also, we're not excluding anybody all over the world. If you want to celebrate, or if you do celebrate it in your community, then I pray that it be a success. But at this time, I am talking to Scotland County, my hometown, encouraging each and every one of you to get out there. I need you to get out to this event for your kids, for your sons, for your daughters, and not only that, for you, so you can be empowered, you can be encouraged to know what's going on in the community. Being in your home and talking among one another is not going to get it done. And I am not one of those that are educated and big on education about Martin Luther King, but I know spiritually what Martin Luther King done. And it took people. Come on, somebody. And y'all know I get to preaching, okay? Don't think I left Jesus at all. But it was a movement, and it was a movement by God. So he did not want to see just us free, but he wanted all people to be free. So we want to bring peace within the community, and I'm going to allow Renee McNeil to talk about it, this event that is coming up, and it is June 19th, Friday at 3 p.m. So I'm going to have her to talk about it now.
Okay, thank you. I really want to cover something that you said about George Floyd, and the importance of that is that George Floyd movement to me also is very important, because
protect, then there's action needed to be taken. Whenever a parent does not become a parent and now they all of a sudden they become the enemy of the child or pretty much have terrible parenting skills, then something needs to be done. And we're in a time period that has really gotten worse, and that something is being done because we saw a person who was not threatening the police officer. He was not doing any harm to the police officer. And at the same time, he was put in a position where he was at a stillness. He could not hurt anyone. And still, the police officer did an unlawful thing. And that was putting his foot on the George Floyd's neck. And after he cried out, he still didn't honor that cry. So it makes us look at when a system does not respect what its people are saying, then we need to do something. And it's really a bigger picture spiritually because we're at a time where so much is happening, but God allowed us to see that. With Juneteenth, it is to reflect upon the past, but also to commemorate where we are in our lives now, where we need to go. We need to reflect and rejoice and to have a plan as to where we want to go. Most importantly, though, we should never, I always see Juneteenth in history as the Bible. We should never forget the Old Testament. We should never forget that Jesus came, but we should always remember that he left us the Holy Spirit, which is to guide us in today and tomorrow until we see him again. And the real truth about it, to me, is that we celebrate Juneteenth to discuss our past so that we'll continue to tell the story and people will never be put back in that situation. But we also rejoice and thank God for where we are now and where we still need to go. But we need to analytically see the strength in celebrating a holiday that deserves so much more than we actually do and say. Because when we walk in Walmart, we already see the 4th of July stuff. When we walk in any store, we already see our flags and everything hanging. But when you say Juneteenth, you don't see any type of flags or designs or what have you. And that, I don't say that it's all business. I think it's us also. We must love our history. You can't expect us to love it if we don't.
Right. So I noticed that on your title it talks about the youth and the enforcement, law enforcement talk. Let's talk on that. Who came up with that title?
Well, it's actually it's two parts. We actually decided a while back that we would get with the law enforcement and our youth and allow them to have open discussion. But that has been going on in the community and around the United States since George Floyd. But we had already had that conversation. We've been building relationships and trying to for some time. Most importantly, what we have to look at is that everybody has some ownership in what's going on.
Right.
We also have an ownership in trying to change legislation and also enforcing reform. But we must understand, and it's been said by many of the police officers that I've spoken with, because we do have great police officers also, that if you get a bad apple in any bunch, it can contaminate and rotten the other apples. If nothing else, it can make the reflection look really bad. So you have to respond to a situation of this nature. You should immediately respond. The bigger picture is that our young people should not be intimidated to ask questions, and they should be able to embrace and let it be known how they feel, because by doing so, you're building and opening up a conversation which will cause change. And we do expect change to come from this entire situation. We do, and you see it happening already. When you see, you see the NFL making a statement. When you see the sports arena, right where we are, the racetracks making announcements that they're about to do a change. And when you see Kaepernick about to be put back on the football team, that's a major change that these young people have been a part of, that got out there and marched against what happened to George Floyd and to Breonna Taylor. And I can get very serious about it because we have a first cousin on my father's side who was killed by police officers. And she fit every category of people who are oppressed.
Right.
And when I say that, Yvonne McNeil, and there's so many names that we don't know, and that's why the time is now. Yvonne McNeil was a person who had some mental health issues. She fell into the category of homeless, and she dealt with other issues. And someone complained at a homeless shelter where she was at. She came out, and when she came out, she had a little small pocket knife. And the police officers immediately fired. About 6 police officers shot her down.
Wow.
And that happened about 10 years ago, before many of the other cases that we name now. And still, her daughter and the family members are looking for justice for her. I can simply say that this is nothing new. What has been happening with law enforcement and citizens has been going on for some time, but especially in the Black community and in areas of poverty. So we do need to make a change. We stand with that, but we do also is to it.
Right, right. Thank you so much, Renee, for sharing that. And I remember her story, but I didn't know the depth of the story. And we do have someone that it is ATL Ladybug. She says there is a lot going on here in my area. They shot a young man and in his back and burnt down Wendy's. So I don't know if you know about that. Did you hear about that?
I do. Yes, there's been 2 other recent cases since George Floyd, and that is really horrific, because in the case with the young man that she's speaking of, he actually was sleeping, had fell off to sleep in his car, and I think a Wendy's employee called the cops, and it looked like the first officer had, in a sense, calmed it down, and he told the gentleman to just go ahead and take a nap or a further nap or what have you. But when the second officer came, it escalated. And it escalated to a point that he had him to take a breath analysis test. And when he took the test, I think that he probably blew it. And they were trying to arrest him, which was an illegal arrest because he was not driving. He was sleeping when the first officer came up. And so after he was trying to arrest, the 2 officers trying to arrest him, he was able to take the taser. And when he took the taser from them, because they were about to shoot him with the taser, I think it embarrassed the officer. And all of a sudden, that's when you get your pride. That's when you get all that out. And he broke away from them. And he had a taser in his hand. When he broke away, he was running away from them. That's the second part of the time.
Right.
Really broke the law, because he was running away from them. The only time that they should be trying to use their weapon, which is a gun, a deadly force, is when they feel like they're at harm.
Right.
If I'm away from you, then you're not at harm.
Right.
So that is a very sad situation, and people shouldn't be losing their lives for falling asleep in the car.
Right.
True. Most of us have experienced incidents by officers that was not handled properly. But when it comes to a person losing their life, that's another level.
Right. I actually want to talk about shout out to Scotland County for those that did not participate. I do encourage you all to participate at this event. We had a lot of leaders that was together, and I'm not for sure if it was what's today. It was what day was that? It was it was Duke, it was Chief Malloy, it was matter of fact, Jonna, one of the young the youth, they were out there. There was at Bright Hope Well, shout out to Rep Pierce. Everybody came together and they sat outside in front of the church and everybody dialogue. I thought that was amazing. I thought it was amazing. So I want to say shout out to you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. I speak in a prophetic way, in a word, that God is going to bring Scotland County together. We are going to come together, our race, and we're going to work together how we can solve the things that are going on within the community, far as jobs, far as health. They're working on it, but it can go faster if everybody get involved. So guys, I need you to get involved. I need you guys to communicate. Forget looking at is Renee and I were blood, or we never worked together. We don't want none of that. We want you guys to see nothing but love. Nothing but love. This is nothing but love. This is genuine love. And I want us to make it. I want our Black African American young men to make it. I can preach this because I was a part of the streets. See, you're not talking to someone that was not a part of the streets. So if you want to see a change, you're gonna have to come out. You're gonna have to humble yourself and say, I don't know, I need help. What do I need? And guess what? That help is there, but you got to want that help. So don't sit in your home on Friday, June 19th. Pack the house, spread out, do whatever you need to do. Bring your mask. That is in the flyer. Put on your mask and give your input. Everybody input is important. And also, before I go allow Renee to take back over, I want to highlight this young lady comment. ATL Ladybug says, then 5 minutes from me, on the news, it was I believe 5 teens with a BB gun, and the police drew their gun on them. It is now a big topic. TI is even here. So it's a lot going on, guys. It's a lot going on. And I know my husband is saying he's a truck driver, and he stay educated because of the radio. And he was telling me, and I don't know, Renee, if you can expound on this. He is stating that, I think he said Texas, people has been found hung on a tree. And so it's a lot going on. So let's educate ourselves and let's come out and support. We're not talking about to come out to support for someone you come out for yourself, so you can know, so you can be empowered, that your children can be empowered. Because I found out that kids, they listen, Renee. They sometimes they're hard-headed. They're very hard-headed, but they listen. Because I was a child. You used to say, read books. And I might have didn't do it then. But now, guess what? That same seed, I hear. You say, read that newspaper. I couldn't comprehend it then. But your daughter, everybody is different. Her daughter would read the newspaper. She will read a book. She's very educated, very intelligent, and very loving. Both of her girls, both of her girls, they are amazing. So, sow those season to those children. You owe that to them. Start with the saying, we need to change this and change that, and just talking out our mouths and not doing nothing about it. So let's do something.
To Ladybug, that it is very important. And you're right, also, such as what your husband said, Sister Fefe, that what's going on across the country, and we have to all be very careful, because the climate and the temperature of racism has elevated. We must look at what's been spewed out of our leaders' mouth that are in high places. We must also, if it's ever a time that we get in tune with God, this is our season, because he's going to always have that small group of people that know the Lord to be able to rise up. So you've got to be able to, whenever you see racism, to be able to de-escalate it now, because we do want lives to be saved. And yes, the Black Lives Movement is doing a fabulous job with putting the word out, but there have been marches before them, and all of this is building on each other. But what each of us should do is that we should all understand that until we become knowledgeable, that people can change so quickly based on, you don't know, like a lot of times in our lives, and we'll be real, if we go through a moment that we're having a wonderful time and somebody step on our toe, we immediately scream. So a lot of times you see situations where, in the case with George Floyd and the police officer, they did that to him, which killed him. The police officer wife immediately said she wanted a divorce, and to me that says something. That says that she
right.
He immediately said, "I don't want anything. I want a divorce." And so we got to look at these people and say that they are human,
right?
And that in time, when it comes to this situation with the hanging, I had seen where they were saying it was suicidal. I was like, they need to totally investigate that.
Right.
We're in a climate and a temperature that is a high in racism. And nobody should declare anything at this point just that you killed yourself until it's been thoroughly
investigated. Virgil said, my husband, shout out to him, he stated the same thing. He said, Felicia, it does not sound right. People are saying that the tree was so high up. How did he? Where is the ladder? The ladder. They're talking about it. And Cheryl says, not only in Texas, they found someone in California and in another state also was hung. And that is what my husband said. So I agree with that. Pastor Kim, certain groups are trying to start a race war in the U.S. So we do know that you're going to have a remnant of people that are going to fight against what is going on. But as Renee stated, we do want to highlight those that are Caucasian, and their hearts and their spirit, they're not in agreement what has transpired. And I do pray for that cop wife, that God will bless her in whatever decision that she made. We appreciate you. I don't know her name, but we appreciate you. We love you. And that's what this platform is all about. It's not about division. It's not about our race is better than your race is better than ours. We're just highlighting facts that things were wrong. It was done wrong, and justice should be served. And I appreciate you guys dialoguing. ATL, you're amazing.
I want to add one thing, but just as we celebrate the 4th of July, all people need to come together for June 19th. Juneteenth really brings us to the point of honoring the Constitution, that all people are created equal. And I cannot emphasize that enough. Just as when they march, those Black Lives people march, the police should march with them, because they're officers that stand up to protect. There should be no shame. Just as Colin Kaepernick got on and put his knee on the ground, and he basically was doing saying that not until our country is just to all, we all should join. We must, as the Bible tells us, when the least of these are in harm, we're all in harm. And until we can get on equal ground, and Juneteenth is the time for all of us. We will be also saluting at 6 o'clock at the banquet those person who has made a difference in our county. We will be recognizing quite a few people. And believe Sister Fefe, somebody that has made a 180-degree like you had, we will be honoring that person also.
Oh, my goodness.
So look forward to that, because oftentimes we look over people who turn their life around. That's why I honor you. I try to be a part of what you're doing, because everybody needs to know that if God will pull the covers off of all of us, we all have done some wrong.
Right.
So I salute anybody's wrong. What I salute is how you did a 180 and you turned around. And we need to be able to do that for others, to lift others up. And this is what Juneteenth is about.
That is amazing. That is such an amazing moment. That's going to be an amazing moment. Shout out to Scotland County for the ones that are viewing in. I need for you guys to share this link out. Do it for your community. Do it for you. Not for viewers, for me, but for you. Whatever God, I always say, whatever God may happen in my life, I'm gonna always come home, because the Bible says charity, it starts at home and then it's spread abroad. So every seed that I have, every elevation that God takes me in, I will always say Scotland County. I will always go back and see what my community needs. So you make sure you sow into good ground. You want to sow into people that are actually doing the work. You see the work. If you see the work, then you sow seeds in that type of ground. Okay, we're not talking about keep continuing to sow into ground that is benefiting just a one individual. But this movement that we're in, it is to be able to bless all, many. And shout out to my mom. She says she will be there. Thank you so much for being there, Mom. I thank you for supporting Renee McNeil in this movement, which you have been supporting her, and y'all been ride or dies for years. I can't even talk on that. But anyway, Mary Ann Lockley, I want to say I appreciate you for always supporting me. As Felicia, Fefe, Sister Fefe, I appreciate you. Please come out and encourage other people to come out as well. So let me ask you this, Renee. Well, you were out there whenever they had the gathering at Rep Garland's Piercing Church. Will that take place again? Do you all want to keep? Are y'all planning to keep this stuff going, or what?
Actually, you hit a very good point, a very good question, because that's what I'm about. I'm about what do we do from here? And actually, I attended, but that was sponsored by a group of other people. I think Black Lives Movement. They're calling that, and I think they hosted it at Bright Hope. But that is really what's important, because of the time that what we try to do is we try to have programs and open them up so the young people will have conversations. But across North Carolina and across the United States, this must be done. We must continue to have conversations. We must build upon it. We must come up with answers so that we can know that we are really one family, for those of us that believe that as Christians. And at the same time, this is our time and our moment to make history better, because Rosa Parks did her part, and Frederick Douglass did his part, and Harriet Tubman did their part, and many others before them. So what we must understand is that what have we done, or what fingerprint are we leaving behind? And we have an opportunity to do so. I thank God for what he's doing in your life. And to Ladybug, thank you for being abreast of what's going on in and around your community. But pull together a group of young people, not only young people, your parents, and have them come together and have a discussion.
Right.
If not a discussion, come together and say, what can we do to make our community better? Because it really is about community on community.
Right.
Yeah, you said something earlier that's most important, is that you start home and then going forward. Right. How would I look if I don't take care and make sure that Jonna is equipped to deal with today as well as tomorrow?
Right.
And then I'm trying to educate others. How would I look not trying to get you to read the newspaper and trying to get someone else?
Correct.
So we should always start where we are and then go abroad. And that's the purpose of that scripture, to understand that you don't go jump the loop somewhere else.
Right.
But you make start at home.
That's
and
powerful.
You go throughout. And I do thank God for the work that you're doing and the people that you're bringing in. But this is our season and this is our time. We must be there to notice when there's someone weak. We must be there when we must encourage. And maybe the movement might be about really some of God's people.
Right.
Making those people in different positions think about moral situations that they can do better.
Right.
It's about really acting on it and not talking only about it. So, Ladybug, I expect to hear from you. I expect for you to come back to Sister Fefe and let us know what you're doing in and around your community.
Yes. Ladybug, shout out to you. We want to say we appreciate you, like Renee McNeil stated, that you're very informative, you're very knowledgeable of what's going on, and we appreciate you just chatting within the chat box and making us aware of what's going on all around the world. We speak blessings to you, and I do see that everyone, she says, everyone I know aren't celebrating June 4th, only June 19th. So she's very knowledgeable of the June 19th. And so for those that are very aware of it, God bless you all. And I do.
Well, let's say that it's okay to celebrate July the 4th, but we must definitely understand the seriousness of celebrating June 19th, and we must also get out the vote. So, Ladybug, make sure you push to get out the vote. That's our ticket in getting people in there that we know will make a difference for the entire country. We're looking for people that will unite and not think about just one part. So yes, you're right. We're now pushing for us to be, I would say, inclusive.
Right. You know what? I thank you for sharing that, Renee, as well as ATL, because I do want to talk about that. And guys, we know that we're in the pandemic. Every year, National Sons and Daughters typically have something in the park and bring the community together every year. And because of the pandemic, I am not able to be there. But guys, I do have something surprise that is going to be taking place. So look forward probably ASAP for something that is getting ready to happen. But I want you guys to know that it's very important, as Renee McNeil stated, get out and vote. We're not only aiming to just the mass, but we want to drive Scotland County, because this event is in Scotland County and we need North Carolina. Okay, I'm just going to say the state of North Carolina. We need you all to get out and vote based upon change. Not because of emotions and all of that. Really pray and ask God to give you the answer on who needs to be in that position. Okay, within your local community, within your state, your government. You need to pray. And Renee McNeil, as well as Pastor Garland Pierce, they have been out there. I don't want to leave out the law enforcement. Shout out to my cousin Darwin William. He is the chief of police, right? I want to make sure I'm saying that right. He is the chief of police, and he did an amazing job. And like he stated, no, I'm not saying his name because we're blood and he had me to say this or that. No, he didn't even know I was going to say this. But I am proud of you, Duke. Keep continuing to do what you do. Also, the chief of police, Robert Malloy, I am so proud of you. He came out and he also talked. I'm not even in Scotland County, but I'm watching these videos. So you guys should be watching these videos, and not only watching them, you need to be going out. If you're not working and you are free, you need to get out there and you need to find out what's going on in the community, what you can do in the community, and vote. She is an advocate, a big advocate. Don't even have a car, but she will get you to the poll. Okay. Mary Brown will get you to the poll. Okay. So if you need to get to the poll, please, we will be talking about this again about voting, guys. Renee, I thank you so much. And I don't want to forget this, because I want to go back to Duke. I want to talk about Duke. He is the chief of police. So, him being family, he's been, affected by it as well. Not because just one race. My cousin loved all race. Okay. When he loves. Okay. And I want to say he talked about them being educated on mental health, the importance of it. The law enforcement, they are educated, guys. They take trainings on mental health, the different behaviors that they're going to be approached with, even their own personal their personal life. Sometimes they can't talk about it, but like he stated, some people think that you're not doing anything because you're in the law field, and there's nothing happened to the person because you reported that somebody did something. But it's called confidentiality, guys. And I agree with him, because I've been working in that field, mental health field, for years. I'm talking about probably over 18 years. And I have been working with people with mental health. So you cannot break the HIPAA law. So he did a wonderful job, as well as the community. Keep doing what you're doing, and we appreciate you. Renee, you have anything else you want to say about this event?
You always bring something nice. The one thing that we clearly want to say is that we realize that there are police officers that do their job very well and go beyond the call of duty. Again, what we're saying is that it does not take but a few bad apples to make a whole system or make a group look terrible. Mm-hmm. And that's why we have to be extremely cautious. And so it's expected for our chief of police to very much be very careful with who they hire. We must also make sure that they act on when they find out that someone is doing something that they should not be doing. And we want to give a shout out to Sheriff Kersey, because he was there also, the sheriff of Scotland County.
Shout out to him.
Seeing videotapes of individuals who use profanity, and that he kind of jumps on that. We must immediately, it's just like, to me, certain jobs are callings from God. It's just like with preachers, that's a calling from God. A job with a nurse that really cares, makes a difference in your life. A doctor. Certain people shouldn't go in certain fields.
Right.
You can go into the police force if you have hate in your heart, and if you pretty much can't follow instructions and abide by the law. Because if you give the wrong person in the police force, they can do a lot of harm, and that's what we've seen.
Wow.
And so we have to also allow the police officers and the people, the citizens, to communicate so that we can be able to get some reform, because the numbers speak that too many killings has happened. Too many has, from people that we know are to protect us.
Wow. I want to highlight ATL Ladybug information, as well as Cheryl Foster information. And I want to say my heart goes out to you, ATL. She said it's crazy, but I'm not. I want to say she's saying respected by my race. We will be praying for you guys. Please pray for her. And she says something that really blessed me. And Renee, I know this is going to put a smile on your face. She said, I have never voted in my life, but I'm definitely voting this time. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
But can I just say something to you? And I really would like to see your life that remember that it's not the masses that get you through. It's your inner voice from God. And don't ever let anyone change your inner voice. Don't let the forces outside be stronger than the forces inside. When you're walking with right, you're the powerful one. So continue to walk upright, no matter who you have to walk with or against. Just continue to walk with God, because you know God will always conquer. So stand tall, because this is the season. There's going to be a lot of people walking by themselves. But just know that as long as you're walking with God, baby, you have it where you have all you need.
I am so proud of you, ATL. So proud of you. Cheryl Foster says, I work for Board of Election and our people do not vote. It's sad. We really need to push how much important it is to vote. Cheryl, I agree with you. And this platform that God has allowed for me to embark on, it will be a sound of alarm, not only just for me as a Christian preaching death, burial, and resurrection, but I will display love on my panel. I will display Jesus, love Jesus, inform you of information that is needed, and this is one information I will be pushing. So I will be getting back with Renee again, because she is very, very aware of voting. And so also our Garland Pierce, I will be working with him as well. And so we're expecting for a change to take place in Scotland County. And I'm being honest, if where I am and what I do, I told my husband, I said, I've been praying, God keep continue to allow me to be free, but financially blessed, that I could be so free that I could fly to North Carolina. I could go wherever God sends me. And right now he's doing that in my life. And so I'm believing God that finances is going to come in, keep continue to come in, because I want to be right there in Scotland County, pushing, knocking on doors, reminding you, giving you flyers, empowering you, and yes, giving you a big feel-out hug. Yes, for those that need it. Y'all know you, girl. Come on out, because I need y'all to show up. and I will pick you up in whatever car when it's voting time, whatever. God work it out. We're gonna make this happen, y'all.
Yes, Cheryl, and
We're gonna
let me
do this. Go ahead.
you working on the Board of Elections, you know firsthand what's going on, and it is sad. We do stand with you on that. But what is we can be happy about is that this is going to be a historic turnout this year. And with your help, with you knocking on doors in your community, and with you saying, look, let's go out there and let's do it. Let's make this happen. Let's march together. If we can just march in communities to the polls, because it is possible. People walk miles to vote, and people at the last election that I saw in Georgia, people stood in lines, and it was raining. So let's make this happen no matter what. And we do need to, on Sister Fefe, on each of your shows, end by saying, don't forget, let's get out the vote.
Right.
We need to rock the vote. That's all it is to it. And at the same time, I will never forget the young man when we voted for President Obama, and for those that voted for him in 2008. That he was on a bicycle and he rode to the polls. And then after that, Sister Fefe, he went and told other people. We the last election, your mom and I, we went out and we got people, and she got somebody that was on a bicycle then. I'm like, every time I get with you, we run into people on bicycles. And then they turned around and he went to vote.
Right.
All we got to do is do our little, because our little can become a lot.
Right.
So let's all get to the point that we do our little. And in doing that, Ladybug, I am so impressed with you, and I will be calling your name for some time. Ladybug, when you go to vote, you make sure you knock and say, take somebody with you.
Right. And make sure you come back, Ladybug, and just reassure us that it's done. We believing in you, and we're super proud of you. We thank you so much. Catherine Power came in. Cheryl, thank you so much for sharing that. So guys, we need you guys to come out. Renee, before we close out, could you share with us when the next voting will take place in North Carolina?
We vote North Carolina in November. However, we do have early voting, which is a certain period of time. The dates are out there. You can pull it up. But every location needs to go to their board of election. And we need to have people, Cheryl, to come on and let us know in the different locations those dates, because everybody's dates in every state is different.
Right.
But we go to vote, and we have early election here in North Carolina. I'm not sure if that's done on over all 50 states, but you also can vote by absentee ballot. If you have a family member who will not be able to go out due to COVID-19, or if you think you might not be able to go out, you should request an absentee ballot early and just mail it back in. So we do have that option also. We should make this a historic year to vote. There should be no reason that we don't go to the polls. And if we can't go, we can also mail it in. But we have to request that, and then they'll send you the ballot whenever that time comes, and you have to mail it back in.
Wow. Well, guys, it has been real, and I most definitely want to talk with Coach Sherry. Hopefully, Lord will, she'll be able to talk with me, and I'll get up with her. And she actually, on her platform, she actually educated us on all the dates of the different states. She named all states all over the world. She was able to give those dates. I will get with her and see if she have that list that she could forward to me, or maybe she can come on the channel and we can all dialogue and make this happen. So yes. Guys, we love you, Scotland County. I want you to know that I love you. And I want to say, for every individual that put up with me and that, sowed the seed in my life, and you're able to see the good seed that is manifested now, I want to say thank you. That's another testimony, Facebook and YouTube, that I would have to tell. It would be nice. Sometimes I think about it like, Lord, I need to get about 3 or 4 people to talk about Sister Fefe, because they were
and the great
Right, right, because they see the smile, they see the loving person, and I always being a sweet person in my own way. But guys, it have not been this way. I promise you. Renee, thank you so so much. Keep doing what you're doing. I am looking forward to having you back on live again with you, Garland Pierce, and some other leaders, as well as some spiritual leaders, to come together. We're going to be doing some mighty things within this YouTube streets. So, is there anything else you want to say before we go?
Yes, happy Juneteenth to everybody. Thank you for having me. Most importantly, it is a season to rejoice, to reflect, to look back in the midst of COVID-19. God is still not dead. He's alive and well, and he knows the plan. So if you can get your mask, come join us. We'll be there at 3 with the youth and the law enforcement and have open mic, asking questions. And at 6 o'clock, we're going to start with the banquet, and it's going to be wonderful. It will be a catchy. And we want people to come back and follow up. Because if it will be one of a kind banquet. I'm so looking forward to it. I'm so excited.
Let me ask you this, Renee. Please tell them the location because we have not talked about the location.
It's going to be at the Highlands in Laurinburg, North Carolina, which is across from the old Abbott's Laboratory. At the same time, we ask that you come to expect young people that will perform. You will see talented young people. You will see contestants running for Miss Juneteenth, and we will crown a Miss Juneteenth, and maybe we can get her to come back and speak one day. But at the same time, we will be celebrating those who have made a difference in our county and state. So we ask that you come out. The cost is $10 for the young people and $15 for adults, but it will be a night to be remembered. It really will be.
Amen. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Inbox me that information. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Okay. All right, Renee. You have a blessed night and blessings to everybody. Amen. All right. Good night, Scotland County.
Good night.